Imagine a meal so timeless. Our ancient ancestors perfected it over an open blaze. High in the Italian Alps, the famous Ötzi the Iceman was discovered carrying the ultimate survival food, handcrafted einkorn wheat. Picture this rustic, sun-baked grain, stone-crushed and lovingly mixed with pure, unrefined glacial water to a perfect 50% hydration. Poured over a sizzling, fire-heated stone griddle, this primitive batter required absolutely 0% refined fat to achieve a hearty, deeply charred blister. This wasn't just sustenance. It was the ancestral dawn of the pancake, sparking a culinary evolution that would eventually conquer the globe. Legend has it that Catherine de' Medici's arrival at the French court transformed heavy flatbreads into a delicate culinary masterpiece. Welcome to the French crêpe. Here, the pancake sheds its bulky weight, evolving into a handcrafted, paper-thin canvas. Artisans mix a rich, silky batter boasting exactly 6 to 8% butterfat for perfect structural elasticity. As this golden liquid hits the sizzling cast-iron billig, heated to a precise 220 degrees Celsius, a swift swipe from a wooden roselle coaxingly spreads it into a lace-edged wrapper. This marks a dramatic shift from coarse sustenance to refined culinary art. The crêpe's exceptionally wide, delicate surface is masterfully designed to elevate any filling. It elegantly enfolds rich, melted savory Gruyere and cured ham, or hugs decadent, caramelized sweet apples. By dramatically thinning the batter and mastering the iron, the French elevated simple dough into an iconic, edible envelope. Step back in time to ancient Slavic winters, where the legendary Maslenica festival transformed handcrafted golden, circular discs into sizzling symbols of the returning spring sun. Enter the Russian blyny, a biological marvel where the pancake family tree first branches into the realm of fermentation. Instead of flat, unleavened wrappers, this culinary masterpiece harnesses active dry yeast, gently bubbling to cultivate a subtle lactic acid tang intertwined with the robust, earthy notes of high-protein buckwheat flour. Watch as the batter hits a heavily seasoned carbon steel blinitsa, sizzling instantly to forge a beautifully porous, delicate lace-like edge. Time and patience yield a marvelously springy sponge-like crumb, a texture specifically engineered by generations to perfectly absorb cool, velvety dollops of rich smetana and the briny pop of deeply cured caviar. It is not just a quick morning bite. It is a cultured, handcrafted celebration of life itself. Let's step back to 1796, when culinary pioneer Amelia Simmons penned the very first American cookbook, introducing a groundbreaking artisanal secret, pearl ash. This wasn't just breakfast, it was a sizzling chemical revolution. By discarding the agonizing multi-hour biological fermentation of the Old World blyny, the iconic American flapjack relies entirely on industrial-era chemistry to reshape our morning culture. We traded yeast for an instantaneous, handcrafted acid-base reaction. Picture premium sodium bicarbonate colliding with rich, tangy farm-fresh buttermilk, resting precisely at a pH of 4.5. As the batter hits a scorching cast-iron skillet, it erupts in rapid carbon dioxide bubbles. These delicate pockets of air are instantly trapped by a luxurious 12 to 15% fat ratio, yielding an impossibly thick, fluffy, high-rise crumb structure. Golden brown, pan-crisped edges give way to a tender, melt-in-your-mouth center, achieving maximum mouth-watering volume in a fraction of the time. It all started with Emperor Meiji. His 19th century decrees opened Japan's floodgates to Western ingredients, planting a seed that would eventually blossom into the towering, handcrafted street food obsessions lining the bustling streets of modern Harajuku. Here, the pancake undergoes a stunning metamorphosis, evolving from a simple, flat, two-dimensional plane into a majestic, vertical, three-dimensional architecture. This is the absolute pinnacle of culinary textural engineering. It begins with meticulously separated farm-fresh eggs. The whites are vigorously whipped with a touch of stabilizing cream of tartar until they form brilliant, stiff, glossy peaks, a specialized, handcrafted meringue base. Carefully folded and gently poured into custom 40mm ring molds, the luscious batter hits a sizzling, butter-kissed griddle. Trapped under a heavy lid, it bakes slowly in a highly humid, steam-infused microclimate. What emerges completely defies gravity, pushing the fragile structural integrity of cooked egg proteins to their absolute limit to deliver a warm, cloud-like masterpiece. We end our savory journey with a rustic, sizzling masterpiece whose roots trace directly back to the 15th century. It was Anne of Brittany who championed the mass cultivation of buckwheat, permanently enshrining the Breton galette into French gastronomic tradition. Imagine a handcrafted, delicate lace of dark, toasted earthiness poured over a blistering hot griddle. This is not just batter, It is a meticulously safeguarded culinary heritage. True artisans insist on authentic, regionally protected farine de blé noir, blending it into a naturally gluten-free hydration matrix. This delicate, earthy mixture demands strict, precise resting limits to prevent any starch degradation. The result? A perfectly shattered, crisp, buttery edge with a tender, pliant center ready to cradle sizzling melted Gruyere, thinly sliced heritage ham, and a rich, farm-fresh egg. In closing this epic evolutionary journey, we watch the pancake circle beautifully back to its ancient handcrafted roots. Despite the towering, cloud-like heights of the modern Japanese soufflé and the rapid, chemically leavened speed of the classic American flapjack, the Breton galette preserves the archaic, soul-warming simplicity of just grain, water, and heat. From sizzling street-side crepes to thick, fluffy hotcakes, we have traced humanity's most versatile, universally adaptable, edible canvas. Around the globe, across centuries, this humble batter continues to unite us at the table, proving that the world's greatest comfort food is always just a flip away.